It's senior night. Chinyalu against D on the tip. Off we go. Here from Exactech Arena, Chinyalu wins the tap. Gators in white attack the goal to our right. Gators have won 8 of their last 9 entering the regular season's final day. Here's Condon, far left wing. Stops the dribble, goes backdoor left baseline. Clayton skips it right corner for Richard. Bluffs it 3, dumps it down low to the right. Here's Chinyalu, bumps in with 10. His righty hook banged untrue off glass and rim. And Malik Dia clears here for the Ole Miss Rebels. Quickly move in transit. Trey Davis contorting banker in from the right, doesn't get it to go. And back taps to Dia and an Ole Miss reset. Rebels about 78 points per game. That's only good for 10th in the league. Here's the leading scorer, Sean Padula, right arm. Angles right to the corner for a short baseline pull-up with 8 left at short. Rebound snatched by Richard. Gators want to move at a nitro pace here left to right. Clayton top of the key. Another post touch left of the lane. Chinyalu carves in, backs all the way to the cup with a righty baby hook. Rolls off, Condon stick back, no, but got fouled on the putback. A minute in and a scoreless first half.
We've got the size advantage, Kyle, and back-to-back possessions. We go down low, 2 post touches for Ruben Chinyalu. Nice job in transition running from Ruben. He got right underneath the basket, and Walter slowed it down so he could feed the post.
Concerted effort to get the ball inside on the first 2 trips. Here's Alex Condon, 63% foul shooter, has that sleeve on his right arm. Missed 3 games with that ankle injury in Starkville. His first spun up a little bit too long. Boy, what a performance. Had the stretch of those alley-oop dunks against the Tide on the road to silence the crowd.
I think it may have been 3 in a row, at least 2, and had a nice night from the line, 7 for 9, and Alabama starts off with a miss here.
Deep breath for Condon, 3 rhythm dribbles. Gators look to get on the board. Stroked up, Deadens off back rim and falls through. The Gators strike first, a 1-0 edge. They set up a little token backcourt pressure, now fade back. Here on senior night, just underway from Exactech Arena. Jalen Murray had that prior foul, was his first on Condon. He controls left to the logo. Bounce for Padula, left mid-post. Sweeps right across the lane, options for Dia, not his range, high left wing. Staggers left, now backs it off to the logo. Grinds in on Chinyalu with 10. Hands off for Davis, turns right down the lane, accelerates. That rolls off the rim on a righty scoop. 4-on-4 back the other way. It's Morton, high left wing for the orange and blue. Now Clayton slows it up. Middle of the floor. Shakes and bakes. Drives the right slot. Leaps and leans and lays it in right side with the left hand. Walter Clayton Jr., 17 a game, has put Florida up 3-0. Coaching 2 minutes into the opening frame. Ole Miss, they've won 2 straight, looking for back-to-back top 5 wins. Here's Jalen Murray. Long right corner, 2 is true.
The shots we want him to take right there. Padula and Murray have taken 1.
First points for Ole Miss comes from Jalen Murray, 1 of 6 that average double figures. 3-2 Gators. Just past 2 minutes gone by. Florida in white, half court right. Clayton on the logo. Rainbows it inside into traffic. Deflected out of the arms of Chinyalu. And intercepted by Sean Padula. Out of the right wing. Morrell will launch a 3 off the heel. Back tap by Dia to the logo and a reset for Padula. Holds at waist tight. Gators coming out in his zone defensive look. It's Murray near left corner. 10 on the shot clock. Dia high left point will launch over Chinyalu on target.
Wow, Dia, he never left the floor on that shot.
Flat-footed 3 from the left wing. Just a 32% three-point shooter. Not bad for a big at 6'9". 5-3 Ole Miss leads. 17-10 rolling first half clock. Florida at the right end. Chinyalu post to post from the top of the key. Could not find Condon. Batted away. Loose ball. Head of the field. Davis. Flicks one up left doorstep. No. Rebound for Dia. He missed the bunny left side of the rim. And Condon secures here for Florida. Down 2. Clayton cross score for Martin. High left wing on his senior night. Curls right and got bumped. Carving inside that free throw circle. Sean Padula picks up his first.
We've got to settle down a little bit. We've turned it over on back-to-back possessions, trying to throw the high-low pass from the top of the key to our big. And both passes, we just didn't get the ball in the air enough, and the guards that were fronting could easily steal the ball. And another thing I don't like, Kyle, is we've given up 3 offensive rebounds already.
Expect for Ole Miss to win the turnover margin tonight. You can just get that out of the way. They've only lost it once all year. An early 2 turnovers here for the Gators. Baseline entry, Morton left wing 3, skitters out. Back tap to Richard, right angle. Rolls a bounce, right of the lane. Here's Condon. Twist towards the baseline, attacks the rack, and throws it down. Gets this sold-out crowd on its feet. Thomas Houck is checked on the floor for the first time. Ruben Chinyalu takes his seat. 16.5 here in the opening frame. Ole Miss to our left. On the floor also David Barnes for Ole Miss. He controls on the teeth of the Gatorhead logo. Options left wing Morrell. To the left corner, Jamin Brakefield also on. Bangs left to the lane and a reach-in foul with 8 on the timer. That's Will Richard. Picks up the foul. A couple of subs here for Ole Miss. You remember last year, Lee, you did the game. Jamin Brakefield, he had the game winner the other night against Tennessee, but he had 28 against the Gators last year.
Dangerous. He can score. He can stretch the floor. He's lefty. He's got a bit of an awkward game.
Also an extra sub, Jalen Murray comes back on. It's Dre Davis who takes a seat. Sean Padula also comes out. And it's Mikhail Brown-Jones on for the first time. 20 on the shot clock. Jalen Murray bounces in for Ole Miss, and a tie game at 5. You hear the Rowdies right behind us. Here's Barnes, left of the circle, long 2 off the bracket. Trampolines high in the air for Alex Condon. He'll play that point forward into the half court. Hands off for Clayton. Staggered steps into a 3 off the back bridge. Leaping rebound is grabbed by Brakefield, falling out of bounds. Ole Miss claims. This past 4 minutes gone by in the first. Murray navigates the right slot, rips the break. Lobs it out to the logo here for Brakefield. Watched by Richard. Spins it over to Barnes, left wing. Ole Miss back-to-back 20-win seasons. Second year for Chris Beard. Here's Murray. Probes into the paint. Pick and roll lob. That's blocked at the rim. Brown-Jones got denied. Tie game at 5. Here's Florida. Clayton. And his NASCAR-paced diagonal drive got bumped down to the ground, center of the lane, and that'll bring us to a timeout. Tie game at 5, 15:30 to go here in the opening half. Mikhail Brown-Jones picked up the foul prior to the media off the entry. A straight on 3 for Richard. Misfires. Rebound for Martin. Recycled 20 here for the Gators in those white throwback uniforms. Florida a 2 of 7 start here from the floor. Ole Miss just 2 of 10. Here's Clayton. Slithers in from the right. Fell down as he dishes for Richard. Left wing 3. Left short with 7 on the shot clock.
Two great looks for Will.
Yep. Gators so far 0 of 4 from 3. In the lane, contorting banker is a misfire for Brakefield. Ole Miss 1 and done in a tie game at 5. Clayton backdoor cutting. Richard, he lays it in. The assist from Walter.
Great cut from Will on the baseline. I mean, that was a beautiful pass from Walt.
Clayton in from the left. Richard cutting baseline right. Padula off-legged runner on the baseline left drive as the answer for Ole Miss. Tied at 7. 14:40 churning clock here in the first. Was not a solid offensive segment for either one of these teams to begin it. Perhaps settling in. Here's Richard off the weave. Straight on logo land. 3 is perfect.
Let's make the hard one, right, Will? Wow.
Over an outstretched hand, Will Richard knocks it down. 10-7 Florida leads. 14-plus minutes first half. It's Murray in the lane, navigates into a crowd, and pinballs out on the floater, saved by Will Richard. Gators off to the races. Clayton far left side of the floor. Rainbows it, low left block. Condon, no look for Richard. Almost had Padula in the air, keeps dribble on the logo. Lobs it left corner for Clayton. Slides left baseline for a baseline pull-up. Feathers it true.
Found a rhythm on the offensive end now. Great ball movement the last couple possessions.
Early 4 for Walter Clayton Jr. on his senior night. Florida 12, Ole Miss 7. 6-plus minutes in first half. Rebs to our left. Brakefield holding at waist tight left point. Watched by Thomas Houck. Swings the crossover. Zips it for a cutting Padula. Rips the break left block. His fall away. Airballed wide right. And ripped out of bounds by Will Richards. 7 on the shot clock for Ole Miss. Subs come in, Lee, here. Micah Handlogden and Denzel Aberdeen on the floor for the first time.
Micah with some tape that he hasn't had the last few games on his shoulder.
Of course, electing to burn that red shirt. This is his 7th game back from that broken leg almost a year ago in the SEC Tournament Championship. 7 to shoot, baseline right, Ole Miss to fire in, down 5. Whips it towards Morrell, left corner 3, swirls the rim, and the rebound, strong side for Thomas Houck. Gators into the half court with Denzel Aberdeen. He spaced the floor with Houck, dribbles to the far left wing. Spoons it off for Martin, dishes left corner, Aberdeen skates in, threw it wide for a cutting Handlog in center of the lane. Ripped off the deck by David Barnes and Ole Miss. Winning that turnover battle early are the Rebs' 3rd Gator mishap. Padula right wing, bluffs it 3. And Houck on skate, circles left. Throws wide of Barnes, who angles to the left wing. Watch on a switch by Hanlockton with 10. Fierce right free throw line fall away. Off the back bridge, trampolines into the arms of Elijah Martin. Gators by 5. Florida's hit their last 3 shots, 12:40 for the first. Richard, quick spot up left corner 3, off right edge. Morrell, the Reb rebound. Quick look, but an open one. This fast pace, Morrell strings down the left slot, scoops and scores with the left.
One of the few times tonight Ole Miss has had a lane through the rim off the dribble.
Over 1,700 career points for Matthew Morrell. 12-9. Gators, as Hanlockton tried to go for a dribble handoff right wing, got fouled by Matthew Morrell, his first. Lee, your overall thoughts sort of on the pace that we've seen so far?
I love the pace. It's up and down. Ole Miss has not been able to slow it. We just got off to a slow start offensively, but the past couple minutes we found a rhythm, and it feels like we're up by more than 3 right now. We're on the verge of a big run, it feels like.
Urban Klafchar comes on for his first minutes. Also, Eduardo Klafke comes on for Ole Miss. Florida 12, Ole Miss 9. 12-plus minutes first half. Here's Howe. Accelerates right slot, backs in, right block. Whips it towards Aberdeen, straight on 3. Money! Right on target for Zell. Gators stretch this out to 6. A game-best lead here on senior night. 8 minutes in first half. It's Murray, left of center. Tosses right of center. Dia along to a glass ball. Scooped off the deck by Micah Hanlockton. Gators on the trot. Aberdeen right wing. Has those pink sneakers along with a white throwback uniform. The jersey tail untucked. Around the bend for Houck, far left angle. Klafchar zigzags to it left of center. Klafchar swings the crossover, step back left wing 3. Swirls off the rim. Trey Davis, the Ole Miss rebound. Early look for Klafchar as Davis trades paint in the lane. Corkscrew jumper off the mark from 8. Rebels 1 and done. Gators 15, Rebels 9. Martin in transit, spot up 3 from the right side, off glass and rim. Well off the mark.
Todd was telling the guys to run, but I don't think that's the shot he wanted.
Klafke, left corner. Bouncer to the left block. That goes towards Morrell. Make that Davis. Gets a return give high left wing. Just past the 11-minute mark here in the first half, 10 to shoot. Out of the right mid-post, Morrell. Cross-court skip, Davis at 3 on target. Trey Davis, just a 31% three-point shooter.
Just like Dia, 2 close to 33-point shooters knocking him down.
2 of 4 beginning from the arc, 15-12 Florida, 10.5 half 1, Gator ball. Klafchar zigzags left to the seam of the floor. Out of the right wing, Aberdeen with 10 to shoot. Whips it up top, Hanlockton. Post to post, Houck got it ripped away underneath. Klafke came on the help and just ripped it away. Ole Miss in transit. Davis, left wing. Thought about a 3. Carves left baseline. Tosses out to the perimeter. Dia, that flat-footed left wing 3. Bangs off right rim. Rebound Martin again. Both teams have hit 2 trays. Here's Martin. Carves right of the lane. Splits a double in mid-flight and scores right at the rim.
I don't know how he split that double team and finished with the left, Kyle.
All in mid-flight, saloon door, 2 defenders, and lays it in. 17-12 now. Again, quickly, Ole Miss in half court, Florida in the lead. It's Murray. Quick first burst to the left baseline, banks it high off the window and in.
Every time it feels like we're going to break it open, Ole Miss answers.
Gators 17, Ole Miss 14, as Martin will launch a high right point 3. Springs off right rim, and Plink goes on down over the glass, and that'll bring us to a timeout.
Try to get a guard coming over the pick and roll so it switches the side of the floor.
Ole Miss sticking around as that was presented by your local Toyota dealers. Toyota, let's go places. Ole Miss has the ball out of the timeout. They've only shot at 27% from the floor. Here's Trey Davis on the logo in those sky blue uniforms. Bounce left wing for Jamin Brakefield at 28 against the Gators last year. Gets a return give, left wing. Moves right, got blocked by Condon left to the lane. And for Alex, that is going to be his first foul. Alex, you look at his numbers already. He's got 7 rebounds here in the early going. We're 9-11 in the first half. Coming off that double-double, 27 and 10, after missing 3 games with that vicious ankle injury in Starkville. 20 to shoot. Sean Padula to trigger in for Ole Miss. Murray scampers to it left corner. Working around the bend for Klafke. Chase off the line, diagonal drive from the right. Stops, right block, fights one up and off. Condon deterred the shot. Gator rebound. It's been a really fast pace.
8 rebounds for Alex already?
Yeah.
Like the double-double chance.
There's Chinyelu, top of the key, rainbows it inside Condon amidst 3 powder blue uniforms. Klafke on his backside rips it away, and the Gators turn it over for a 5th time. Ole Miss has not turned it over yet. We'll get a foul underneath, as that was Jamin Brakefield, who ended up near the photogs.
Coach asked the guys to look for that high-low pass, but also to go in the pick and roll if it's not there. I think we got to do a better job seeing the help defender the last few times. We've had 3 guys surround him on the catch.
That was the first for Chinyelu. 17-14 Gators, 8:44 in the first. 24 on the shot clock here for Ole Miss. Baseline left. Bounce it in for Brakefield. Spins on a left-footed pivot. Now backs in on the smaller Aberdeen. Twirls into the lane, threw it wide of a backside cutting Davis. Out of bounds, went off his fingertips. That's the first turnover while off for one of the best turnover margin teams in the country.
Wow, that's with a Brakefield post-up against Denzel Aberdeen. He's got about 8 inches on him.
They average only about 9 turnovers a game. That's second nationally.
2-2-1 press after that turnover from Ole Miss.
What do the Gators need to do to kind of man this pressure?
We'll see how much they stay in it. Looks like they're just going to drop back to man.
Slow up that pace a little bit. Florida 17, Ole Miss 14. 8:20 first half. Condon, high left wing, and it probed away, reclaims on the logo. Backdoor, Clayton wasn't looking for it. Loose ball near the logo, and Murray got fouled by Aberdeen.
Well, one thing we can't do is be lax once we get into the half court. You got to keep running your stuff. We lost all pace in the half court, and nobody cut hard to help Alex out.
It was sort of a half-speed cut from Walter Clayton Jr. He wasn't looking for that backdoor pass from Condon. Gators by 3. It's Jalen Murray who will play the point, part of that St. Peter's team that beat Kentucky in the NCAA tournament. Now it's Davis, right wing, straddles the arc, watched by Chinyelu on a handoff for Wheeling Morrell, right of the lane. Out of the right wing, Davis cuts left, probes into the paint to the block. He jams the break, falls away with 9 on the shot clock, missed the jumper. Condon has 9 rebounds now. Florida ball. Aberdeen right corner. Watched by Padula, slides right baseline, comes out the other side, just threw it away. It was an off-balance pass at a tough angle. Intercepted by Murray from the line to the lane. He's leapt in midair and then flipped to a finger roll to lay it in.
That's 7 turnovers now.
Yeah.
Kyle, I mean, it's one of the reasons why we can't build this lead.
That is almost nearing a season average for a full game of 10.5 per. 17-16 now. Ole Miss has cut it to 1. High-low touch, center of the lane. Clayton towards Chinyelu, enveloped by a triple team. Flips it up and in with a baby hook. 19-16 Gators. How much has Rubin improved on the offensive end league?
He's had some great plays all conference season. His little baby hook has worked nicely.
Just over 7 to play in the first. Padula for Ole Miss. Pick and roll. Bounce for Davis. Rolls through. Cut off right short corner. Backs it off right perimeter. Roll it to the top of the key. Brakefield. A southpaw 3 off the right edge. And tracked down near corner by Walter Clayton Jr. Gators space the floor. Chinyelu top of the key. Almost traveled on that logo. He almost traveled again. Gets it off on a handoff for Klafchar. Steps left, right wing 3, off the bridge. And it's Brakefield with the Ole Miss board. That was an ugly possession.
Yeah, a couple tough ones from Urban.
Brakefield knocked down Condon, no whistle. Lays it in with the left. Todd Golden can't believe it. Just a train right down the tracks. 19-18 now. Gator lead at 1. Like you mentioned, they can't seem to stretch a lead right now. Ole Miss sticking around on the road, looking for another top 5 win. Would be back-to-back. Gator basketball. Klafchar off the curl, left angle. 3's a swish. Downtown hit for Urban.
Murray was late guarding that handoff. Gave Urban an open look.
Shooting at 37% this year from the arc. What a difference he's made in SEC play as that marksman. 6 minutes to play in the first. Ole Miss ball. Florida by 4. Murray, left corner, step back, triple try with 10. Trampolines off front rim. It's Aberdeen with the rebound. A wicked crossover, steps down the lane, shovels it off for Condon, who scores. Timeout, Ole Miss. That'll send us to a break. This sold-out crowd making noise as Florida stretches this out to tie a game-best lead at 6. 50% in the half. Ole Miss 29%, but like Lee mentioned, they've had more opportunities due to those giveaways. Ole Miss with the ball, half court left, 5.5 to go, first half after the Ole Miss used timeout. Here's Padula, walks on a switch, high right point by Thomas Houck. Now 10 on the shot clock. Padula angles right around a screen, a three through the air is true. Sean Padula, former Virginia Tech Hokie, team's leading scorer at only 14.9 per game.
Gotta be up on that pick and roll, can't give him space.
24-21 Gators now. Houck went post to post off the hands of Condon, left block out of bounds.
That was just a poor pass from Tommy, that wasn't there.
So that number, Lee, continues to creep up. That's 8 in the first half.
Pretty sure coach is going to mention that at halftime.
You think so? We will have Todd Golden as he walks in the locker room at the end of the first half. Still 5 minutes remaining till the break. Ole Miss a chance to tie with a 3. Here's Davis, left of center on the arc. Walks on a switch by Clayton. Bounce left angle for Morrell. To the logo, it's Barnes. Streams down the paint. Rips the break. Stops with those pink sneakers with 10. Feels out the defender. Out of the right corner. Brakefield on a jab step with 5. Still jockeys the dribble with 4. Spins to the baseline. Cut off by Houck. Padula. Logo land 3. Rolls out as the shot clock eroded. Rebound Condon. That's 10. Now Richard for Florida. Cross court Clayton. He soars through traffic. Missed the scoop, but Houck is there to clean it up in mid-flight. 26-21, Gators by 5. That high motor that Tommy Houck always has on the glass. There, that time, probing hands on a post entry right in the lane. They'll get a foul on Thomas Houck.
Hit our last 3 field goals now, Kyle. You can just, it feels like we're about to break this game open. They don't call that play, we're going to have probably a run-out dunk.
So Houck picks up his first. For the Gators lead, that's the 15th foul of the half, with 4:21 remaining, and the Gators a 26-21 lead. The 5 right now, Clayton, Condon, Houck, Martin, and Richard. There's a lot of big March games that are coming up for the Gators. A lot of those minutes are going to be occupied by these 5 on the floor at the moment.
Yeah, we're going to see a lot of this group, that's for sure.
Meanwhile, 7'2", 210, John Bold has come on. Boy, he's big. That's a presence on the floor. Baseline right, Murray with 21 on the shot clock for Ole Miss. Bounces in right wing for Dia. Eduardo Klafke runs the show. Dishes left wing for Barnes. He goes strong on the drive. Missed the lay-in. Stick back for Dino left to the rim. Rebound fought for. Barnes rescues near the top of the key. And an Ole Miss reset. Gators have dominated the glass so far, +8. Now with 10 to shoot. Dia carves left baseline. Got blocked in the short corner, and that's the second on Will Richard. That'll bring us to a timeout. Kyle Crooks in for Sean Kelly tonight. He'll be back for the start of the SEC tournament, and look forward to that coming up next week. Ole Miss basketball out of the timeout. Here's Dio, collects the baseline lob, works into the paint, an excursion into a righty scoop. Banging bodies, missed the finger roll. Now Clayton out of the fray for the Gators, got knocked down by a 7'2" John Bull. That's about the last guy that you want shoving you in the back. He picks up his first with 3:50 for the half. Subs coming in. We'll get you the 5 here for the Gators. Richard, Condon, Clayton, Houck, and Condon. So Richard, Condon, Clayton, and Houck. The 5 for the Gators, along with Martin. Gators will inbound. That was the 15th foul of the half for Ole Miss. Just the first on Bull, who had not played in the previous 2 games. He promptly comes out. Now Clayton high left point. Skips it right wing for Houck. Ole Miss right now in a man-to-man defense. Clayton on the logo, thought about it. Spoons it off for Condon. Left wing 3 is perfect. Downtown hit from the Australian.
I'll loosen up the knee a little.
29-21. Kondo from long range had a couple of threes on Wednesday night against the Tide. Gators by 8. Ole Miss ball. 3:20 for the half. Padula baseline right drive. As he wiggles one through traffic for Brakefield, he got fouled, elevating to the rim.
Lost Brakefield on the weak side. I think Will turned his head a little bit. Brakefield saw it. He cut behind him. And he did a nice job to foul. Didn't give him an easy bucket.
Foul was called on Condon. That is his second. Meanwhile, Kondo, he is nearing what would be a double-double in the first half. 8 points, 10 rebounds. The last double-double and a half was that same game against Georgia, the second half of the SEC tournament against the Bulldogs in March of last season. Brakefield's first line left is a swish. He's a 72% foul shooter.
Looks like Micah coming back in for Alex. Give him a quick breather. Well deserved.
Your overall thoughts, Lee, on the flow of the Gator offense right now? Obviously, turnovers have put a wrench on that.
Turnovers, we haven't been able to get into a great flow. I thought there was a couple minute stretch where we looked good, and then we had some turnovers, then we had some quick threes. We haven't found the flow yet, I don't think.
Brakefield hits ball 29-23. Gators 3:10 for the half. Florida ball. Richard collects the Clayton pass left corner, and he got shoved out of bounds by Dre Davis. Just sort of knocked him into the Ole Miss bench.
Ole Miss is applying a lot of ball pressure on the catches. There we saw it. They called the foul where he pushed Will, but especially our bigs when they're reversing the ball at the top, really getting underneath them and making them uncomfortable.
Gators will inbound far left sideline in front of the seated Chris Beard in his second year, back-to-back 20-win seasons, the former AP National Coach of the Year at Texas Tech. In 2019, Hauk on a give and go, Clayton a fall-away right wing three, right down the chute for Walter Clayton Jr.
Takes a couple threes to open it up.
Now has hit a three in 53 consecutive games, adding on to a Florida record as Padula, a mid-post jumper falling away right side is good. 32-25, Ole Miss has the answer, Florida by 7. 2:40 rolling clock in the first. Now Clayton off the Hauk handoff, halfway down, pops through left side, back to back for Walter. Extends this Gator lead to 10 on that three. Clayton slowly but surely in double figures in the first half. Ole Miss a big possession now, down 10. Padula high left side three, over hand-locked, and he drills it. Wow.
That was a rainbow.
That was over a outstretched arm of Micah Handlogden at 7-1. 35-28.
Zone defense right here.
Now Clayton, a left wing heat check three, swirls the iron, and it's Morrell with the Ole Miss rebound. Under 2 to play in the first. Davis down the lane, bounce for an in-stride. Brakefield lays it in, plus a foul on Handlogden.
That hurts. We build a 10-point lead. Padula hits a wild three, and then we give up a transition layup attempt for and one.
It was Davis with reckless abandon down the lane and bounce and went to Brakefield, who laid it in. He had the game winner the other night against Tennessee. Did the Gator chop after he fell on the floor right into the camera.
It's pretty early, especially when you're
I'd say
down.
so. You're down 5. 35-30 now, and one free throw coming up for Brakefield as he walks all the way to the basket stanchion to do something. I'm not really sure what he was doing. Some subs on the floor. Elijah Martin pops on the floor. Ruben Chinyelu, Clayton Richard, and Hauk. The lefty Brakefield, his and one toss, swirls in. And did the Gator chop again after making that free throw? Not really sure the thought process behind that.
Ole Miss going back to a zone right here. Looks like a little extended 2-3.
See if the Gators can shoot him out of it.
That's going, man.
Minute 45 for the half, up 4. Martin, right wing three, lines it up, drills it! Right in front of the courtside seats, Gators by 7.
Elijah taking advantage of a switch from Ole Miss guards. They got to be there on the catch.
First made three for Martin, 38-31. Fifth-ranked Gators, minute 25 for the half. Red basketball, Morrell, high left wing. Bounce mid-post left, Brakefield, swings on a right-footed pivot. Eyes up on Chinyelu, backs in with 10, left block. Carves into the lane for a righty push, left it short. Rebound, momentary tie-up, spits out of play, last touch Ole Miss. It was Chinyelu and Davis got tied up, and then it was Davis who just threw it out of bounds, falling to the ground.
Ruben made a great effort because Davis had the ball first, and Ruben just came out of nowhere and tied him up, and that gave us the extra chance. So Ruben, not in position, wins us another possession.
Well, Lee, the Gators have hit now 7 threes after the flurry here. They had back-to-back trays from Walter Clayton Jr.
And the threes have covered up a lot of poor offense, I think. We've had a lot of mistakes this half, but when you hit 7 threes, you live with them.
8 turnovers overall in this half, -7. Ole Miss hasn't really capitalized off of turnovers, only 5 points off Gator mishaps. Gator ball up 7, final minute in the first. Clayton top of the key. Terminates, spins on a right-footed pivot. Dishes left of center on the arc for Chinyelu. Dribbles to his left with 10 to shoot. Spoons it off for Martin, had it stripped. Dangles out of play, last touch Elijah. And it is Ole Miss ball. 50.7 here for the half. Gators, when they lead at the half, they are 21-0 this year. Under Todd Golden, 52-9, and this is third year. Ole Miss ball. Padula right wing. Circles left. Flips it for Davis. Top of the key. Bluffs it three. Staggered steps down the lane. Squeezes one up and off. Chinyelu grabs it for the Gators. About a 9-second differential. Martin left corner. Sweeps left to the lane. Rips the break. Dishes top of the key. Martin in rhythm. Three. Off the bracket. High in the air. Into the arms of David Barnes. Shot clocks are unplugged. Davis pushes in transit for Murray. Left corner. Three. Off left edge. And again, plate goes on down over the glass. So 20.8 for the half here. Subs coming in. Extra offense on the floor with Alex Condon. And a timeout. 30-second timeout for the Gators here with Florida up 38-31. Set to take over the festivities at halftime as well as Mike Moat. Clayton in half court. 12 to play for the half. Now Condon flashes top of the key. Dishes left wing for Howe. Got hit, no whistle now with 5. Out of the left wing, fall away. 3 for Clayton. Barely grazes front rim. Rebound from Morrell with 1. Will launch. Half court shot. Hit glass, no rim. That brings us to the end of the first half. Rebs in those sky blue uniforms. Gators in the throwback whites. Ole Miss basketball to start this second half. The Rowdy Reptiles right behind us here on senior night. Here's Trey Davis for the Rebs. Backs in right block. Cross-court pass, left angle. Morrell got cut off left to the lane. Spoons it off for Davis, left angle. Watched by Clayton. It's Condon, Clayton, Richard, Chinyelu, and Martin. Now 10 to shoot. Padula. Right wing, steps left for a 3. That's true.
He can get it off quick. You got to be right up in him, make him drive.
He's right near his season average. He has 13 tonight. He has 3 triples, and most of them have been contested. 38-34, Gators lead at 4. 40 seconds into the half. Chinyelu top of the key on the feed from Richard. Rumbles down the paint, shovels it off. Condon adjusts to lay it in, left doorstep. And that's a double-double for Alex. 40-34. Kondo back-to-back double-double, 6 on the year. Ole Miss ball. Morrell left wing 3 is true. Another tray for Ole Miss.
So when Ole Miss to get going, they've got some good shot makers.
Back-to-back 3s for Ole Miss. Meanwhile, Clayton almost threw it away. He was harassed on the logo, throwing to Richard right wing. Meanwhile, the lead cut down to 3.
Walker just complacent with the ball there, letting Padula get right up into him.
Richard on the hash mark far side, yelling for somebody to come to it. It's Condon right of the logo. Handoff for Clayton, works downhill, elevates. Oh, he's skies high for the lay-in. He went way up the ladder.
He's in the air forever, Kyle.
42-37. He was looking for the dunk, and then in mid-flight had to readjust. 42-37, 90 seconds gone by in the second. Now here's Murray for Ole Miss. Back-to-back 3s here for the Rebels. It's Davis. Slices right of the paint, floats it wide left. Into the arms of the Gators, Alex Condon. His 11th rebound. Clayton right wing. Moves left for a 3. Right down the chute. Walter Clayton Jr. on the money from deep.
Oh, that was pretty nice move to create some space. Little between the legs cross.
And his final home game as a Gator has 15. The Gators like that, up 8, 45-37. 2 minutes burnt off second half. Now it's Dia for the Rebels, left wing. Crosses over, scoots down the left baseline. Missed the reversal lay-in. Condon has another board, his 12th. Now Clayton slows it up for the orange and blue. Off a pirouette, Clayton got ripped on the jersey. Finally the whistle comes on the journey to the paint. They had him wrapped up like a running back in the open field. Did Padula.
Walter just got a nice rhythm right now, handling the ball. Padula struggling to stay in front of him, and Walt feeling confident.
Second on the Rebels' top scorer, Sean Padula, by the way. First team foul of the half for Ole Miss. Gators lead stretched to 8 after a hot shooting start for Ole Miss. Knocking down back-to-back trays. Baseline entry. Clayton was looking for Martin. Whips it to Condon. Return game. Clayton right corner 3. Off right rim. Richard goes high for the Florida rebound. Martin comes to it left corner. Shakes and bakes into the lane. Elevates. Switches to a left. Floats it short. But a whistle comes. This will go on Florida, I believe. Or we'll take a look. Both teams just kind of standing around.
Did they call it on Elijah's layup attempt?
I think it was on Ole Miss, actually.
So Elijah going to the line here, though. Was that foul on his drive?
It was on Eduardo Klafke, and it was Chinyelu on the rebound attempt. He was the one who was fouled, hence the confusion. Chinulu standing at the free throw line.
Elijah trying to tell the official he was fouled on the layup attempt.
Meanwhile, two of our officials over by Chris Beard. Now Walter Clayton Jr. joins that chat. And it's Martin who was fouled on the drive. So after all of that, Elijah Martin will get 2 shots. Line left. 73% foul shooter. His first is true. Elijah Martin, 5 points, 4 rebounds. Also, his senior night, his second, rolls in. Gators by 10. This match is a game-best lead, 47-37. All 14 home wins have come by double figures. 2+ minutes into the second. Ole Miss looking for an early answer. Jalen Murray, right wing 3, spots up, can't knock it down. Off balance rebound for Ruben Chinulu. Now Clayton into the half court for the Gators. Swings the crossover, leaps, sends it across the paint for Condon amidst the double, hooks it up and in with the right hand.
What a catch from Alex. I mean, that was a tough pass that Walt dropped off to it.
Condon, great start to his half, adding to his double-double, now 12 and 12, 49-37 Florida. Ole Miss ball, Morrell. Backs off on the arc, right wing 3, springs off right rim. Clayton, the uncontested Gator board. 9-0 Gator run. Clayton on the logo, thought about it, drifts left. Lob it up top, Condon. Angles right on a handoff for Richard. Cut off. Will move to the sideline. Arc it inside Condon amidst 3 blue jerseys. Looking for a friend. Cross court, left short corner. Martin hop step into the paint. Floats one up. Dances in. Gators stretch this out to 14. Timeout. Chris Beard and Ole Miss.
With 27 points and 10 rebounds. He's just the 5th player of the century to hit these marks in a top 10 win on the road. And since that ankle sprain that had him out for 4 straight games, he's shaken off all those cobwebs. He's already got a double-double tonight with 12 and 12, and he's got plenty more to give, Kyle.
Back underway, Ole Miss basketball trailing 51-37, 16 to play here in the second half. 10 to shoot. Barnes left of center 3, off the heel, bounce high in the air for Ruben Chinulu. Appreciate that, Kenna, as Condon sprinting in transition. Here's Richard left wing. They toss it to the Australian. Low block left. Whip it up top. Here's Clayton. Pass the flyby. Hop steps into the paint. Says, I'll take it. Missed the finger roll. Got his own miss. Got stripped. The rebounds angles towards Richard. He got stripped but fouled. Left to the lane by Matthew Morrell. That was a frantic possession. Morrell's second.
And Ole Miss not able to take us out of our game.
Baseline left. Clayton to inbound for curling Richard. Left wing 3. Right on target. Will Richard off the curl. It's a 14-0 Gator burst. It's up to a game best 17-point lead. 15.5 to go, and just like that, the Rowdies as loud as they've been all night. It's Brakefield, high right wing. Martin barking on defense. Bounce to Padula. Got it stripped. Right angle with 9 by Chinulu. Saves to Brakefield. Diagonal drive past Richard. Scoops and scores.
Lucky to get that basket.
They needed that one in the worst way. Snaps a 14-0 Gator run. 54-39, orange and blue. 5 minutes gone by. Half 2. Richard left wing. Condon calls for it. Left to the lane, makes the catch, spins to the baseline. Double comes with Morrell. Terminates left to the lane with 10. Dishes in the lane. Chinulu hooks it short right at the doorstep, but a foul. A little post-to-post action that time, Lee.
That was great patience from Alex. He had a one-on-one in the post. Ole Miss sent a double late after his second or third dribble. He spun back middle, looked everyone over to our bench, and then saw Ruben underneath the basket open, dropped it off to him.
Ruben Chinulu, 2 shots, 59% foul shooter. I think what separates these Gator bigs as Ruben's first is pure is their ability to pass out of the post, their vision.
Alex and Thomas especially are great passers in the post. They can run the offense. You can run the offense through them, and they're so good around the rim, protecting the rim, so good on the defensive end that it gives them a lot of chances.
Chinulu's second off the back bridge. Condon taps the rebound towards Jamin Brakefield. Ole Miss ball, 55-39 Gators now. All 14 home wins for the orange and blue by double figures. Here's Klafke, steps left. His 3 got blocked by Walter Clayton Jr. from the right wing. Right to Badula, got his shot denied by Chinulu out of bounds.
Ole Miss looked like they were going to have a wide open 3 in the corner, but Alex Condon from basically underneath the rim ran him off the 3-point shot. They made 1 extra pass to Badula, and that gave Walter the chance to block.
Critical moment here for Ole Miss. Malik Dia comes on. Brakefield takes his seat. Ole Miss is led by their leading scorer, Padula, with 13. He'll enter in with 15 to shoot, baseline left. Rainbows it into Dia, left wing. Now it's Klafke on the logo. Whips it towards, that's Padula, who knocks down the three.
Lost the inbound passer on that underneath out of bounds play.
And he just kind of snuck loose on the left wing. His 4-3 lead. He's 4 of 5 from 3. 55-42 Gators. Now Richard, baseline drive from the left, got it swatted away. Loose ball, far corner for Matthew Morrell. Todd Golden can't believe it. Ole Miss in transit. Padula bluffs it twice, right wing, dumps it inside, and a foul is called. Dia rolling to the rim, got fouled on a dunk contest by Walter Clayton Jr. That is just Walter's first. Todd Golden couldn't believe there wasn't a foul called on that prior trip on the Richard drive.
There was a lot of contact, but once he got to the basket, it was pretty vertical. I thought the foul was actually farther out on the floor on the ball pressure.
Malik Dia, 2 shots, 65% at the stripe, springs off front rim twice and out. Todd Golden giving an earful to the official across the way. Most top 10 road wins already of any Florida head coach. He has 3, even more than Billy D as Ruben Chinyelu comes out. Hauk will enter in now.
It's amazing. In only 3 years, and you think Coach Donovan was here for, I don't know, over 15, right?
First 100 games as head coach of the Florida Gators. Todd Golden has the most wins at 66 as Dia hits the second. 55-43 Gators lead in what has been a magical year as we're now early in the month of March. 14-minute mark left here in the second. Clayton met on a switch by Dia, right wing. Around the bend, Martin, quick load up on a triple try. That's true. Kiss to the heavens on senior night for Elijah. 58-43. Gators by 15 now as Padula, baseline right amidst the double, lost it. Loose ball for Martin. Here come the Gators. Martin right to left. Balance for an in-stride Clayton. Wrap it around Martin. Bluffs it 3. Big strides down the lane. Twisting floater over the shoulder. Oh my goodness. Doesn't go. Would have been Sports Center top 10. Put it at 1 if he made that.
I'm glad he passed up the 3 just so we could watch it.
Mikhail Brown-Jones got fouled in deep on the post pass from Padula. He had good positioning right underneath the basket. He'll get 2 shots.
That last possession, Elijah should have probably just taken the wide open 3. He just hit one. He had one wide open at the top, but decided to drive. And he's made some crazy layups this year, but that one was a bit too ambitious.
Of note, Lee, that is the 3rd on Alex Condon, by the way. So Condon's getting set to come out. He's standing by the sideline. Micah Hanlogden's going to come in, as well as Denzel Aberdeen.
Now, this game has moved so quickly. It doesn't feel like Micah's really had a chance, or Denzel for that matter, to get many minutes tonight.
Fan waving that fireman's jacket behind the basket. Stanchion to our right. Try and throw off. Mikhail Brown-Jones hits the first, 78% at the line. 3rd Division I stop for him. As Condon, Martin take his seat, Aberdeen and Hanlogden come in. Gators have outscored Ole Miss 20-13 in this half. We're up 7 at the break. Brown-Jones misses the second. Micah Hanlogden comes in, gets the rebound. 58-44 Gators. 13-plus minutes left as Clayton saunters it across that Gatorhead logo. Options it left of center for Hauk, and a foul as Clayton was cutting off the ball. Jalen Murray had too much jersey.
On that back screen, we do it a lot, B action. Murray really tried to push Walter off the screen so he couldn't use it.
It's Murray's second. Richard now will inbound. Denzel Aberdeen, who comes on, he runs the show. Those white throwback uniforms, the pink sneakers. Dishes left of center for Hauk. Playing catch around the arc with Hanlogden. Dribble handoff Clayton. Thought about a logo 3. On a left-footed pivot with 10 to shoot. Backs it off on that first row of teeth. Now on a switch by Diaz. Step back, right wing 3. Swirls in. You can't stop Walter Clayton Jr. 17-point Gator lead.
I think all 4 of his 3s tonight have been just like that. Super contested.
61-44, under 13 to play. Walk with 18 points tonight. Now it's Murray for the Rebs, left wing. Zips one left corner for Padula. Swings the crossover, drifts to the baseline with 10. Curls around Aberdeen, reversal layup up and good from left to right. 61-46, 12 and a half to go. Clayton, another, a heat check, rattles in from the right wing. On his senior night, this is Walter Clayton's night. 21 for number 1. Timeout. 12:21 to play. A timeout on the floor here in this second half. Walter Clayton Jr. tonight, his 24th career game with 20 points, but also no turnovers here in this second half after 9 going into halftime. That was a huge point of emphasis for Todd Golden. Ole Miss, almost a must-have possession with points. We'll get a foul. Padula weaving around a screen off the ball. Aberdeen will get whistled on the hold. That's his second. Ole Miss is shooting 33% for the game. The reason they stuck around were those first half turnovers. We're down just 7 at the break, but Florida's outscored Ole Miss by 11 after half. Padula, top of the key, 3 left wide open. Skitters out. Walter Clayton Jr. has the Gator rebound. Game high 21 points for Clayton. Former Iona Gale, starring as a Florida Gator. It's a return game from Houck, left wing, dump it inside, hand-locked and scores right side.
Little set play with pick and roll to force a switch from Ole Miss. They got Micah Haylockin on a guard.
Gators stretch this out to 20, 11:40 left. Murray for the Rebs, snakes into the lane, stops in the SEC logo. Hand off for D at the free throw line. Bangs in and then just curls out. Hands it off for Murray, left wing. Drives left to the paint, lost it, floats it over. Howell can't bank it in. Left to the rim, and it's Handlockton who has the rebound. Gators pulling away with this one, 66-46. Clayton drifting to his left, whips it right wing for Aberdeen. Top of the key, Howell rainbows it inside, Handlockton to Richer, left corner, off the heel. Rebound, saved by Handlockton. Refresh 20, falling into the bench, but Aberdeen threw it away, trying to zip one into the lane. It's Murray, now no look for Morrell, lays it in, left side.
What a beautiful possession. The ball movement was great. Will had a wide open shot in the corner. The crowd would have exploded if it went down.
66-48 after that Morrell bucket really hurt the Gators last year. Held to 7 tonight, 10:40 left. How bullets went in the lane. Handlockton got fouled upon entry. Got bludgeoned in the lane by Murray.
Went right back to the ram action there where we get Micah with the pick and roll, and Walt tries to get the ball out of his hand quick because Micah is diving to the basket after Ole Miss switches. So he's got a guy that's about my size, Kyle, probably about 6'2" on him. It's an easy play.
Jalen Murray picks up his third. Meanwhile, John Bull, Robert Coward comes on for his first minutes, as well as Jamin Brakefield, a trio of subs here for the Rebs. 20 to shoot, baseline left for Aberdeen. Sims for a curling Clayton. Angles right, carves back left to the baseline. Double clutch lay-in. A strong take as Clayton scores.
Walt asking for the foul, too. He thought he had a and one.
Former high school high recruit in football, settled on basketball, has that toughness of a Division I football recruit. 68-48. 13 after half now for Walter. We'll get a foul. Urban Klapchar newly checked in. He fouls Brakefield off the ball. That's just his first. Gator shooting near 60% here for the game. In this half, 11 of 16. Padula along that Exactech script, baseline left, enters it in towards John Bull. Hand off Padula, surfs left on Klapchar, caught in a tough position, and they call a shove on Urban, his second foul of this trip. He can't believe it.
Padula jumped right into Klapchar. I mean, Todd's going crazy on the sideline.
Todd is screaming Todd after Todd Austin, the far side official, after that whistle. 2 shots here for Padula. You look at some of the animated coaches in the league, you got 2 of the most animated on either bench as Padula hits the first, 81% at the line.
Todd is not shy, voicing his opinion on calls.
Chris Beard right now just in a seated position with that red quarter zip. Back-to-back 21 years, 10 wins here in the SEC, looking for just their 10th trip to the NCAA tournament, and this their 115th season of Ole Miss basketball. And they will get there, projected 7th seed. Padula hits the second, 68-50. Florida, midway mark here in the second. Gator ball. Clayton angles right, got probed down the dribble by Padula, hit in the face, has to give it up for Howell. Around the bend, near left angle, Aberdeen. Shakes left, tosses between the rings for Handlockton. Bullets one wide. Klapchar rescues it in front of the bench with 5 to shoot. Gets a return give. Klapchar snakes around a screen, and it's a moving screen on Handlockton.
Wow, I didn't see that. I mean, Whistle's getting tight here the last couple minutes.
Well, that is the 16th foul. Both teams have 16 fouls apiece. Looked like Micah was kind of moving on a half screen.
I don't know.
You don't like the call, Lee.
I don't like it.
You couldn't pay me enough to be an official at this level. The amount of hate that you get. Any given
Tough job.
You got to have thick skin, for sure. Meanwhile, Jamin Breakfield's getting a talking to. Remember, he did multiple Gator chomps in the first half with his team trailing.
It was a 5-point game, I remember, when he gave the...
Here's now Chris Beard. He has a conversation. Both coaches near the midcourt line. And that's Gator Nation in the background. They don't like what's going on right now. They like the scoreboard, 68-50 Florida. Gators looking for a third straight win to end the year, 9.5 remaining. Murray, left wing, spins into the paint, whips it for a wheeling Padula. Curls left down the lane to the rim, off-legged banker, hit glass, no rim. Chinyulu skies high for the rebound. Gators right to left with Aberdeen far right side of the floor. Zips one, Clapshar right corner, top of the key, Condon at 3. Air ball, out of bounds.
I was ready to jump off my seat there, Kyle. Alex has been on fire from 3 lately, but he shot that one a little quicker than he has.
Alex Condon was 2 of 4 in Tuscaloosa from the arc, but
he's got one tonight, too, early in the first half.
Part of a career 27-point performance on Wednesday. Ole Miss down 18 with the ball, 9 minutes remaining. Murray stops and starts left baseline, drawing contact. He kind of lost him in the fray at that 5'11 stature. Foul called on Denzel Aberdeen. That's his third, and this will be a 1-and-1 here. That's the 17th foul.
Well, the first half flew by. Now we're going to get some stoppage, especially the way the officials have blown the whistle the last 2 minutes.
Steve Egan let us know 42-minute first half. That thing kind of whipped by that first half. So you'd think it was going to be quick in the second half, Lee?
I knew it was going to be longer, but I still expected a quick half the way it was being officiated. 7 fouls to 1 now, Kyle, though.
And some of those stoppages, the early timeouts in this half from Ole Miss, they only have 1 timeout left for the half. Jalen Murray, a 1-and-1. He's a 72% foul shooter. A hesitant hoist rolls in the first. 7 times in double figures in SEC play for Rebel team trying today to get back-to-back top 5 wins. They helped out the Gators the other night, beating Tennessee, slotting the Gators into that 2 seed in Nashville. Gators will have that double bye. Murray hits the second.
Better chances at the 1 seed in the NCAA tournament with that.
That's right.
Ole Miss win over Tennessee.
Of course, the Gators helping their own cause, beating Alabama. Aberdeen between the 2 big rings. Patiently probes right of the lane. Chest high gate for Condon. Head of the key. Hands off for Clapchar. Turns the corner from left to right. High teardrop, no. Rebound John Bull. Tiptoeing the baseline, but he fell out of bounds. Like a tall building at that 7'2 stature, finally crumbling down to the ground and could not get it to a teammate in time.
Last year, Ole Miss had a guy that was about Bull's height. Had 9 blocks against us, 16 as a team.
We'll get a foul pre-entry. I think this is on Bull again. That was a 105 points scored for Ole Miss that night against the Gators last year. That was a record for their building. It was a blowout win. That is the 17th foul. 1-and-1 as Clapchar will shoot it. Foul was called on Padula. That's his 4th leading scorer for the Rebs as Clapchar. Perfect touch on the first. 5 of 7 on the year at the line.
Urban's had some nice minutes tonight. He missed his first couple threes, but he looked good creating his own space. And then he hit his first one off a little handoff.
You think of the phrase X Factor, it's not necessarily the stars. Clapchar is an X Factor, somebody who's going to hit big shots in March.
That's right. You can tell he can really shoot. He's played in big games. He's played at a high level for a long time.
Misses the second. Rebound, Alex Condon adding to that double-double and a foul. Well, this be another foul in the clutter. Could be Breakfield or Bull. And it's John Bull. We could do this possession all day. What do you think here, Lee? 8:43 to go. 69-52 Gators. 2 subs come in.
And I believe I said Ole Miss had 1 foul. That was looking at timeouts. No,
yeah, 1 timeout left.
So we're in the bonus round.
Yeah. Condon, 12 and 13, along with 3 assists tonight. We talk about that vision for the bigs. Condon Well, he's going to be an All-American this year. I guess that's just me forecasting that for him, but we'll see what his future holds. Possibility playing at the next level next year. Misses the front end of the 1-and-1. Rebound Ole Miss. Gators still a comfortable edge, 69-52, 8.5 to play. Ole Miss, they need to score quick. Here's Murray, left wing, neglects a screen. Streams left to the paint underneath the hoop. Keeps the bounce left to the lane. Shovels off for Davis, left corner three. Got it.
That's an old play we used to run. You fake the drive, and then there's a stagger screen on the opposite side for a three-point shooter followed where you drove from.
69-54, Gator lead at 15, over 8 to play. Gators half court left, Condon. Hands it off for Martin, left wing. Bounce for a rolling Condon to the top of the key. Fakes a dribble handoff. Will hand off for Aberdeen, right wing. Triple try off the bracket with 9 to shoot. And we'll get another Ole Miss foul. This on the rebound as Robert Coward went flying out of the fray. That's Dre Davis, his second foul. And Chinyelu with the 19 foul, shoot a 1-and-1. Actually, no, it's Condon. Chinyelu said, I'm going to steal these free throws from you right now, but it will be Alex Condon.
I feel like Alex should get credit for a rebound on that. He draws a foul going to the offensive glass, gets 2 shots, give him a rebound.
Tonight leads his 6th SEC double-double. Think of some of the big games that he's had. 12-12 against Tennessee. Front end of the 1-and-1 is pure.
And that's with missing a few games, too, with that ankle.
Went down early in that Mississippi State game at 17-10 on the road in the jungle against Auburn. 27-10 as we talked about against Bama. What a find. Condon and Houck, under-recruited guys, and Todd Golden hit the lotto. Condon left it well short, pot tie in the air, and has the rebound, gets fouled. We can do this all day. A guard trio that might just bring this program back to the promised land, where the man sitting to my left had done so for 2 consecutive years. Condon's first line left off the heels. Lee, you know what it takes in March. The DNA of this team. You feel they have what it takes.
They've got what it takes. Todd mentioned it in the pregame interview, Kyle, but when we play with an edge and the intensity that we have when we blow teams out, that intensity, we got to play with that every game. And if we do, we're going to have a great shot to make a deep run.
Condon hits the second, 71-54, Gators lead. And all Gators in this half, 7:50 remaining. Here's Murray for Ole Miss, turns right, floater over Condon, skitters out right block, rebound, zips into the hands of Dia, got fouled amidst the clutter on a putback. Blake Dia, 2 shots. Foul called on Alex Condon. That is his 4th. Alex is not fouled out of a game this year. It's Thomas Houck, heads to the table. Dia, 2 shots. Knocks down the first, 65% foul shooter.
Let's get a little flow back to this game.
I think we jinxed it. I'm not a believer in the broadcaster's jinx when you talk so much about the pace. I blame Steve Egan, our producer engineer, as Condon comes out. He went all in on the 42-minute first half, and he put the whammy on us as Dia rolls in the second. I don't have any plans, though. Lee, do you? You got to drive back to Jacksonville.
That's all right, though. It's already late.
71-56 as Dia hits the second. Gators in the lead, 7:35 to go, second half on senior night from Exactech Arena. Thomas Houck, seam of the floor, stops, whips left wing, Martin turns right down the lane to the rim, got fouled as he switched hands left doorstep.
Could have predicted a foul in this possession.
Malik Dia, that's his first.
We haven't scored a field goal, Kyle, since, in 2 minutes and 51 seconds, but it feels like probably about 15 minutes since we scored a field goal.
Martin hits the first, 73% foul shooter. The one word that, when we talk about Elijah Martin, the word dog comes to mind. You've seen every minute just about he's played this year. Would you say that word is representative of what he's brought to this program?
It's a great description. I mean, he brings nastiness on the defensive end that we didn't have last year. And we've seen in games where we've been struggling where Elijah will come out and just change the complexity and the intensity all by himself with his ball pressure.
My goodness. The second was no good. Chinyalu, between two Ole Miss Rebels, threw them both down, and he wasn't even initiating the contact, and he gets whistled for the foul. He's saying review it, but Ruben, I don't know about that.
Both teams nearly in the double bonus already. They are going to review it. We've got 19 fouls right now, so it'll be a 1-and-1, but that's a lot of fouls to be called in 12 and a half minutes.
Two Rebels on either side of Ruben fell down to the ground. Take another look at it, Lee, on the monitor.
I think Ruben is being held by
Mikhail Brown-Jones on his left arm.
Brown-Jones.
I mean, he was bringing him to the prom there. They were interlocking arms.
That is not a foul on Ruben.
Yeah. So gets...
After review, the call has been reversed. A flagrant 1 on Ole Miss number 1, and the foul on Florida number 9 has been taken away. 2 shots in Florida basketball.
He was grabbing Ruben's wrist, pulling it with his right hand. He had it wrapped under his arm and pulled that arm down. I mean, he was pulling it with both hands.
Chinyalu, 59% foul shooter, hits the first. He was taking him to the dance floor that time. Looked like they were going to salsa dance on the right block.
Nice picture.
Nice mental image there. Chinyalu, one more line left, plus the ball, spins it up. Got it, and a kiss to the crowd. And they love it.
Ruben is, he's a quiet showman down there. He likes to play to the crowd.
He's got that personality. He's got a quiet confidence about him. At that chiseled 6'10", 255 frame. Mikhail Brown-Jones, who had that flagrant 1 called on him, he comes back in. 74-56 after those Chinyalu free throws. Gators in the lead, 7:26 to go. Plus the ball, baseline right, Clayton will inbound. And Mikhail Brown-Jones, don't think he checked in the right way. He didn't stop at the table. John Bowles got to come back in. Now it's Clayton. Surveys, Martin cutting to it. They don't get it to him. Clayton lobs it to a vacant free throw line. Chinyalu couldn't get there in time. Coward the interception. Gators turn it over for the 12th time tonight. They limited their turnovers after halftime. They have 12 on the game. They had 9 going into the break. Murray shakes the shoulders off a crossover, works down the right lane line, lays it in.
That's a tough finish for Murray. Give it to him on that.
74-58. Ole Miss can't come back. They'll finish up the season at 10-8 in the SEC. Revitalized program under Chris Beard. Clayton speeds right of the lane. Cross court, Richard, left corner, 3. Off right rim, rebound. Houck, reset. Now it's Houck, left corner, tries his hand at a 3. Springs off left rim. Chinyalu the rebound, fights one up and in. Meanwhile, a turnover in backcourt. Gators by 18. Richard drives left baseline. He got fouled. Gators can sense it here on senior night with 6:34 remaining.
Ole Miss look a little tired when I look over there. They look deflated.
Didn't even see how that ball came loose in the backcourt.
I didn't either. I was trying to watch Ruben's reaction to that rebound and putback he had.
Will Richard, line left, 80% foul shooter, a chance to stretch this to 20. Hits the first. First commit under Todd Goldenlee was Will Richard, as we'll have a full hockey line change here for Ole Miss. But your thoughts on his senior night of Will's impact on this program, as we'll have a timeout. As Richard, line left, his free throw. Got it. Richard tonight, that gets him into double figures, scraping his way to 10 points for the 20th time this year, double digits for Will Richard. Gators by 20. That's Diaz, stop and pop free throw line jumper is good.
It's funny, he jumps on his 2s like a jump shot. On his 3s, he's completely flat-footed.
Had one of them early in this game. 78-60 Gators lead, 6:10 to go. Clayton and Gator front court. Left arc, bounce inside Houck. Spinning righty hook is in. Thomas Houck, easy money. Grew up idolizing Tim Tebow, his dream school, and he's wearing that Gator uniform. 80-60 now, Gators. Under 6 to go. Here's Barnes, harassed, stop the dribble, right baseline. Gets for a trailing Dia, rumbles in the paint, got fouled on a lefty lane attempt. You think about that story for Thomas Houkley. Dream school, loved Tim Tebow, had posters of Tim Tebow on his wall as the foul was called on Ruben Chinyelu, his second, and now gets a chance to be a part of one of the best Gator teams we've seen since you were on this roster.
He's been a huge piece of it too, Kyle, and it's interesting that Tim Tebow was his favorite player because he plays a lot like I would imagine Tim would on the basketball court. I mean, completely all out intensity-wise, going after all loose balls, smart player.
As Diaz splits a pair, the rebound from Chinyelu, he got harassed and fell out of bounds trying to get it to a teammate, so he goes out. 80-61 will be Ole Miss ball, 5:46 to go. Rebels, meanwhile, they had a chance with a win and some help to get all the way to a 4th seed in a double bye. They can be no lower than a 7 seed in next week's SEC tournament. Again, they could play the Gators on Friday night. We will find out. Here's Barnes left to right. SEC logo floater in the lane off the heel, and Hal clears for the orange and blue. Gators, meanwhile, 25th time they've scored at least 80 points. Right wing three for Richard. Bangs off right rim. Gators go one and done. Now Padula out of the fray for Ole Miss. Gators in SEC play 13th time scoring at least 80. Here's Klafke. Stop and start right baseline. Shielded off by Clayton. Whips for a trailing Barnes. Euros to the right block. Floats one up and short. Chinyelu rips it away. We'll see if the Gators have enough separation to get Bennett Anderson in the game. This is his final home game as well. He was honored last year on senior night. That's why he was not honored in the pregame. Florida by 19. Richard off the curl, right wing three. Off the bracket. Parachutes high to the heavens. Rebound for John Bull. Went down to the ground for some reason. Gets it for his teammate, Barnes. Ole Miss, they need threes to go down in a hurry here with 4:40 left. Just 34% for the game. They have hit 7 threes. On the logo, it's Barnes. Dishes left wing, Brown Jones, a triple try. Off front rim, Bull, the rebound. He got fouled at that 7'2 stature. Floating one up to the rim, so 2 shots.
Off the ball before Jones took that three. There was a lot of fighting between him and Thomas Houck, and I think there probably should have been a foul on Jones. I mean, he was using his hands all over Tommy.
3rd foul on Ruben Chinyelu. Double bonus time here for Ole Miss. John Bull was in the act. He is the 2nd highest recruit in program history for Ole Miss from the South Sudan. Holds that ball around his forehead, kind of an awkward motion to the rim, hits the first. He's 2 of 4 at the line on the season. As Condon and Hanlock didn't come in, it's Chinyelu and Richard to take a seat. You have Houck, Hanlogden, Condon, Martin, and Clayton, the 5 for Todd Golden.
We saw this lineup a few games ago with 3 bigs. I'm trying to remember which game it was, but we haven't seen a 3-big lineup very often this season.
Bull misses the second. Todd Golden really consistent with that 2-big lineup at minimum. Gators 80, Ole Miss 62, 4:18 to play. Clayton and Gator half court. Pendulums that dribble on that angry chopping Gator. Hanlogden shows the screen. Clayton negotiates left, watched by Mikhail Brown-Jones. Lobs it in deep, left block. Hanlock enveloped by a double. Around the bend, Martin. Pass to fly by right wing. Stops right of the lane with 5. Whip it, Condon left and center 3. You bet! The capper for the Australian. 83-62 has the interception. Off goes the Aussie. Right of the lane. Stops, spins to the baseline. Somebody's got to come to it. And it's Padula who rips it away. Condon 3 in the steal, and then Clayton blocks down Padula in backcourt. That is Clayton's second. That should bring us to our final timeout. Sean Padula was fouled prior to the timeout. He'll get 2 shots. He's had 20 tonight for Ole Miss, game high. You look at the trajectory of this program. Florida in year 1 of Todd Golden was a game under 500 as Padula hits the first. Went to the NIT. Lee last year won 24 games, 11 in the SEC. Will finish up 27-4, 14-4 in regular season action in year 3.
Clearly better each year. Last year we had a great run, especially in conference play. We played extremely well. Unfortunately, went out early in the NCAA tournament, and we've added some key pieces. Elijah Martin, Ruben Chinyelu, they've changed our dynamic on the defensive end.
83-64 after Padula hits both free throws line right. Gators tonight defensively in that first half, they held Ole Miss to a season-low first-half field goal percentage at 30.8%, shooting just 34% for the game. Right now, 64 points for the Rebs with 3.5 to go. Gators in front by 19. Florida in half court. Condon harassed high right side. Streams right of the paint, backs in, dishes for Clayton. Thought about a three, curls right, elevates. No look, hook pass for Houck, left wing three, off left rim, a rebound hand-locked and reset Houck. Like a train down the tracks into the paint. Shovels off for Condon on that recycled 20. Left wing Clayton moves right, wing three, skitters around, rolls out. Condon offensive board, got tied up. And it'll stay with the Gators as it was lost out of bounds by John Bull.
As you would predict with this lineup, we're getting every offensive rebound. It's tough to keep Micah, Tommy, and Alex off the glass.
Almost a plus 20 edge lead in overall rebounds tonight for the Gators. That was the case. They knew they had a big size advantage on Ole Miss. They play a small lineup. Baseline right, Richard was wide open. They kick it to Houck, right corner three, a swish! Thomas Houck, the exclamation point from downtown, 86-64.
That play, the memory bank, you may see it in NCAA tournament. Same three that we ran out of timeout at Alabama for Tommy.
Houck with 7 tonight. Gators near half 100 in this half, getting close to 90. 2:45 to go. Klafke, free throw line pull-up, air ball from Ole Miss. The Rowdies, he'll hear it. Loose ball from Martin. Head of the field, Richard. Lob it to Martin. Touch pass, Clayton behind the back. Houck. Tic-tac-toe, and it winds up back to Martin. Step back, left corner three. Left short. Boy, what a transitional segment. Now Murray for Ole Miss. The Gators get to 90 tonight. Klafke, left wing, pass an airborne hand-locked, and he fouled him. Got caught in mid-flight.
A few too many passes on that last break. The guys were having a lot of fun fooling the Ole Miss defenders.
That was a social media break right there. They wanted to get that Twitter highlight.
Wanted to see a couple more minutes of the big lineup.
Clayton, Richard, Houck, Martin, and Handlogden. We saw that three big configuration for Todd Golden, as some of these Gator fans are content with what they've seen so far. And they'll head to the exits on a celebration as Klafke hits the first for Ole Miss. The pregame festivities, perhaps, maybe, close to tears. Todd Golden in moments there. According to Kenna McGinnis, she had said it. I'm going to throw her out there. She had said that Todd Golden was kind of getting close.
It's a great team he's got to coach here. The guys, you can tell they're really close, love each other. They share the ball. They're all about winning. It's got to be a great year for him and his staff.
As Klafke hits the second, 86-66. We will talk with a star of the game coming up in the post-game show. And then we will have a full look at this one and a look towards the SEC tournament. Sean Kelly, Lee Humphrey will have the call. Steve Egan will be alongside from Bridgestone Arena. 2 minutes to play. Clayton step back, long three, right side, off left edge. That would have sent this crowd into a frenzy. Gators by 20. Now it's Dia, backs in on Clayton, lost it right to Brown. Jones missed the slam, Handlogden does foul him. In a second half that moved at the pace of molasses. Of course, we have a foul here under the 2-minute mark. We will see Isaiah Brown leave for the first time as he at the table along with Aberdeen and Clapchart.
I think the second half is going to be twice the length of the first half.
2 shots for Mikhail Brown-Jones. It was a 42-minute first half. Brown-Jones hits the first. And this crowd to its feet, the 3 seniors, Walter Clayton Jr., Will Richard, Elijah Morton, a well-deserved standing O. Those trio of guards on their night, hugs with Todd Golden as the free throw is missed by Brown-Jones, spits out of bounds. All exchanging hugs with Todd Golden as they did in the pregame. And this thing is just getting started. The real season will begin starting next week. You can hear this crowd. Diaz spins into the paint, lost it, rolls across the blue painted baseline. We'll take you into the O-Dome a little bit here in this crowd. It is indeed. The 5th-ranked Florida Gators will win 3 straight, 9 of their final 10 here in the regular season. And a 15th double-figure home win. They have defended the O-Dome in a big way here this year. Now it's Aberdeen on the logo. Drifts right. 10 to shoot. Bounce left wing. Howe threads a bounce. That is Brown down the left baseline for a 2-handed finish. About a few seconds on the floor and gets the baseline dunk as Hanlogden gets the swat. The Florida Dairy Farmers dunk of the game from Isaiah Brown on a left baseline drive. 10 to shoot now for the Rebs. Sweeping righty scoop is in for Jalen Murray. Florida Dairy Farmers celebrating more than 35 years of building a strong and healthy Gator Nation. Gator Nation strong and healthy right now with this basketball team, as Bennett Anderson, as Klapchar was fouled, will indeed get a chance to play in this his final home game. The graduate guard, former walk-on, and former manager, now walk-on, Bennett Anderson will get his chance to get a standing O here. Come on.
What a nice home win to send us out into conference tournament play. See a lot of these Gator fans in Nashville.
Klapchar hits the first, a chance to get to 90, as Bennett Anderson with a big hug for Micah Hanlogden. The former manager now wearing a uniform as a walk-on in his final home game. You can hear this crowd. A chance for 90 points tonight with Klapchar at the line. Of course, second back-to-back 90-point game for the Gators this year. You have to go back to December. North Carolina, North Florida, the last time they had done that. 40 seconds to play, 90-69. Here's Murray, spots up left wing 3. Too strong, rebound for Klafke. Circles left, shovels off for Bull. He can't corral it, and the Gators can dribble this one out. They go in transit. Klapchar, shovel off Anderson, past the flyby. Fades and banks. Oh, it pops loose. He had a chance. The bench was about to explode for Bennett Anderson. He almost had a steal, but they call the foul, and the ref, a wry smile, because he knew that the walk-on would have had a bucket if not for the whistle. Oh, man.
Wow, how did that not go down, Kyle? I mean, and that was over Bowl, the tallest guy on the floor.
Man, oh man. Bennett Anderson does have one career field goal. Came last year against Grambling. You can hear this crowd once again. .9 to go as David Barnes hits the first. Gators 27-4, 14-4, second place in the best college basketball conference that we have seen in about 2 decades. Barnes hits the second. 90-71, Bennett Anderson. He will dribble this one out in front of a sold-out Exactech Arena. The celebration, the pomp and circumstance of senior night. And the Gators win this one going away. The madness will now really start for the Florida Gators.